Hi and welcome to Bots at Home 2021. A possibly still staying at home-a-con, all about robots. And let's take a quick look at Machine Robo, Revenge of Kronos, number 12, Buggy Robo. Or, as a few of us all know, Buggy Man, from Challenge of the GoBots. I have always been a huge fan of Challenge of the GoBots and Machine Robo, Robo Machine, whichever you want to call it. Ever since I was a kid, I loved the GoBots toys and the cartoon. The names that they chose for the characters are often funny, and it really suited, you know, the toys and the show. And I had like 3 favourites, which were Twin Spin, Loco and Buggy Man. And now Action Toys are bringing these back to life with modern interpretations. So let's have a look at the box art for Buggy Robo or Buggy Man. So, just like the original Machine Robo toys from the early 80s, they have taken inspiration from them, with the fact of just having really clean graphics, showcasing both the bot and the alt mode, and then just the indents, the accents of the colours that are involved on the toy. So you get the robot mode, the buggy on the side, and again the robot. It's just lovely, clean lines. The fact that you've got a shadowed bit of his face sculpt, and it's as someone who has studied design, it works really well, and it's great to have on display as well as with the robot. What I will say though is the colours on the toy are just that slightly bit different. So he's much more teal than the blue would suggest, but it also gives a disclaimer on the bottom that style and products may vary. But yeah, it's a great box for sure. So he is packaged in robot mode in the box. So here he is, and oh my god, he is wonderful and heavy. You can really feel the die cast that is included in him, and he just absolutely evokes pure nostalgia, but just done with modern engineering. For someone who is a big GoBots fan, I cannot fault this at all. He has got such a good face sculpt. It's proper robot-y, just like the original toy, and just the colour absolutely pops. There's 2 different bits of silver, a lovely shade of blue, teal, and then just with little accents of yellow and red, and you've just got a little homage to the original numbers from that first toy. And in terms of articulation, it's full. So the head has got a little bit of lift on there. There is just posability. You've got big gaps, which on a negative for sure, it just gives you just pure amounts of rotation. Obviously you don't have to have his boombox that turns into a rocket launcher, so you can have him just as pure robot. You can have higher shoulders, and then you have got clickety click clicks. You've got ratcheted joints on the legs. You've also got a little bit of ankle articulation. It's on a ball joint, so you can have some really awesome poses. It feels great in hand, and it's such a joy to have, you know, they're one of the best things about GoBots and Machine Robo is a proper pick up and play. And when it's a bit more weighty, it's kind of like when you're a kid and you have die-cast Transformers and GoBots, they feel good in your hands. And obviously when you're an adult in your, you know, late 30s, early 40s, I guess the weight shift is perfect. I'm like gushing all over this thing. It's absolutely lovely. So Buggy Man was a renegade, so it was a bad guy, and I loved that fact. I love how you had Beachcomber, the beach buggy from Transformers, and he was, you know, all about being an eco warrior and, you know, saving the planet. And then you had this guy who was just a raucous beast. You know, they're just, I guess it was a sign of the time for the 80s. I loved stuff like beach buggies and Baja bugs and the Dakar Rally. So stuff like that is just, it all ties into the nostalgia feels for having Buggy Man as an adult. For all you John Cusack Say Anything fans, there you go. And here he is with his fellow renegade Loco. They look awesome together. So good. And to give you an idea of scale, here he is with another robot, the T800 with power arm from NECA. So that is a 6-inch action figure. So yeah, these are about 4.5, 5-inch scale, just to give you an idea. Let's get this guy into alt mode. And here he is in his alt mode of a beach buggy, a dune buggy, whichever you want to call it. And as you can see, he has mass shifted, so he is much smaller now. And it feels heavier. I don't understand why. How can it feel heavier? But it does. It feels so good in hand, just like it did in its robot mode. Love the fact that his roll bar and his seats were his feet, and there's some just lovely styling details with exhausts and vents. You've got some dash detail, steering wheel, dials, big headlights at the front. My only criticism, and it's not a bad thing, it is that's the only visible robot part, or maybe these little grey parts at the back, but I can absolutely overlook those for a toy that is this much fun and completely hides the robot. You know, that's what they should be. They should be robots in disguise. Yeah, that's the Transformers thing, but they should be. They should be completely hidden from view. He's so good. He was a great buy. If you like GoBots, he's an absolute must to have. If you like dune buggies, he's definitely one to have. I think the robot mode is by far superior, and most of the time I'm going to want to display and have my transforming toys in robot mode. Here we have his buddy again, his renegade counterpart Loco. That's even even better at hiding a robot. There is a robot inside there, and you would, you know, you would just not think that. You could pick that up and just think it's a Hot Wheels or a Matchbox car. That's the joy of GoBots. And then obviously you can add his boombox and ghetto blaster. So you just fold in the handle, slide down, and have your music booming as you dune run over the beach. It's so cool, it's so nostalgic, it's everything that I could want from a modern interpretation of GoBots. Give me more. They teased a turbo a few years ago. I hope he's next. I missed out on Bike Robo and I'm a bit gutted about that because I never knew these were going to be so good. Yeah, give me a twin spin, give me a turbo, and I'm there. Oh, any of them really, they're just there. They're absolutely awesome. Bots at Home 2021 is an online Bots at Home 2021 is a virtual fan convention all about robots, with a whole host of different content creators uploading videos and being in the chat all throughout the day into the early hours of the morning. There are links for everyone's channels involved in the description box, and also a link to the Facebook page. Please continue to watch all the videos. It's not just reviews, there is music videos, there is game shows, live shows, artwork, all about our shared love of robots. I've been Rudy ZISSOU'S, and always remember, it's as much about play as it is display. Thanks for watching.